Hey y'all, welcome to the DMV Download, the show where, a couple of transplants tries to recommend things for you to do for the weekend that's affordable. So if you've never been here, this is kind of what we do. I am one of your hosts. My name is Michaela Jennings. I am an evening weekend producer, and I am here with my lovely co-host. Katie, introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, I'm Katie. I am a digital producer here at DC News Now, and I'm excited to see the events that we found today.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
I know. I mean, the DMV in general just had a huge party with Halloween, Hallow weekend, if you will. And now, it's time. As the lovely Mariah would say, Christmas is around the corner. So a bunch of festivals that are happening in between now and December 25th, 31st. you know how time works. It's all holiday and festive themed. But this first event, it's for the adults. DC and the DMV in general loves beer. So another beer festival. If you've been with us for a minute, for some reason, it feels like every other week we're talking about a beer festival, which I'm not mad at. I'm just like, DMV, you love your stuff. So go right ahead. So the DC Beer Festival is going to take place this Saturday, November 8th at the Nationals Park with 2 sessions, okay? So session 1 is from noon to 3 p.m. and session 2 is from 5 to 8 p.m. The price admission is $55 and VIP is $90. I know our whole thing is we're trying to give you all free fun events, but some of these events do cost a little penny, but there's a bunch included with this event. So, and this includes unlimited samples from over 80 breweries, plus access to live music, a dueling piano bar. Interesting. Battle of the Keys, shall we? And some of DC's best food trucks. VIP admission includes all benefits of general admission, plus some T-shirts, exclusive access to a warning track, dugouts, battling practices, and against live pitching. And this event is going to be rain or shine. The only caveat, like we said, this is for the adults. It's 21 plus to enter. So you got to be a grown-up, Katie.
You have to be a grown-up.
Can't bring your kids around, unfortunately. This is one where the kids need to stay home. So.
But yeah, if you are a fan of the Nationals or if you just want to check out Nats Park, it's a great idea to drink, try some food, listen to some music. Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
No, you cannot. And I mean, the weather it's getting chilly. So for everybody who, doesn't want to sweat bullets,
we have an indoor event for you.
This is,
So our next event is the Superfair, which takes place for VIP only for Friday 4 to 10 p.m., but it also takes place on Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. And it takes place at the Gallery Place on 7th Street Northwest. And there you can discover local artists, see what you like. You can discover and meet them. Over 60 artists will be in attendance. And it is an artist-led fair. And it's meant to bring art to life. You can really ask the artist questions, any techniques. Or if you see something that just catches your eye, you can, speak to the person that you want to purchase art from. And general admission is $25. And VIP is $45, and limitless VIP is $125. So if you are an art fanatic, you can really splurge, but $25 isn't too bad of a deal.
No.
But GA includes weekend admission for one, either Saturday or Sunday, 60 plus artist installations, panels, live programming, wine and beer tastings, and a digital collector's guide to navigate and discover your favorite works. I feel like this looks really cool.
I think it's cute too. I feel like DC is low-key an underground art hub.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just a whole bunch of interesting and cool artsy fartsy events for people to attend. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but I still need to liven up my apartment. So maybe I do need to go over there and see some artwork, get some inspiration. Maybe buy something, indulge. But no, I think this will be super fun. Again, if you want to get more connected with the art community here in DC, this is the place to do it. This is the place to, market and meet others and just have an overall good time. And obviously, like we said earlier, that wine and beer.
Yep, it won't be an event if there's not wine and beer.
That is very true, actually. Okay, so this next event is for kids. I know I was teasing earlier, and I'm actually super excited about this event. Maybe a little bit too excited. It's the Owl Moon Annual Festival.
Look at that owl. Look at his face.
Katie, look. Every season I try to upgrade my phone screen, and now I have some owls on my phone.
Perfect for fall.
Yeah, well, I had my Halloween phone background, and I'll have my Christmas one, but I was like, I need an in-between, so we're going to settle for owls. The Owl Moon Festival is going to take place this Saturday from noon to 4 p.m. at Black Hills Regional Park, rain or shine. So it's going to have tons of kid-friendly activities. Going to have Owl Moon merch, bird walks with, you got to bring your own binoculars. So,
dang it.
B.O.B. Raffles, food, drinks, and then you get to watch as the birds are released into the wild. So basically, this, like I said, family event. Bring your kids. You can learn about birds of prey. There's going to be educational stations and opportunities to see the raptors up close. Free admission and wheelchair accessible. So if you are someone who, needs to use a wheelchair, or someone's trying to save money but do something with the kids, this is the place. I think this is the event. And I mean, who doesn't love owls? They're a hoot.
I was trying to think of a way to incorporate that pun.
They are a hoot. They are so cute. Katie, have you ever seen an owl hunt?
I haven't seen it in person, but I have seen clips of them swooping and grabbing it with their talons.
You know me. I always have crazy animal encounters. And I was coming home. I really do. I used to have an owl who would just sit outside my window for the longest time, and you just hoot and holler throughout. Just hoot,
right outside your window.
I thought I was going crazy because I would go to my mom did you hear that? And they're like, no, you are crazy.
Hooting and hollering.
Just hoot outside my window. And then one night I was coming home, and we used to have rabbits and squirrels and chipmunks in the yard and stuff. I see this owl swoop and dive in and try to grab it. And then I saw the little owl legs, because sometimes they'll lift their body this, and they're trying to pick it up. And I was just freaking out because I was like, what is that? And then as I got, squinted my eyes a little bit, I really got to see. I was like, oh, it's an owl getting its meal. So
I've seen pictures of baby owls, and they're all kind of sitting up against the wall. It looks kind of scary. Their legs, when they're all the way up, I know in some scary cultures, owls are kind of an omen for death. Some it's, they symbolize wisdom, and some it's just, they have different meanings for everybody. But yeah, I can see how people. Death omen outside of your window was crazy.
He was just hooting and hollering. I was just like, go home. Trying to get sleep. I had that happen, and then I had a woodpecker outside my window for some time. The woodpecker was annoying because he would only woodpeck at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
One time I was staying at my cousin's house, and there was a woodpecker in their front yard, and it was just going all morning.
Yeah, I know the pain. So, my wild animal stories aside, I think this will be really fun. It'll be really educational, and you can't beat free. So
you can't.
Why not give it a shot?
And this next event is for the creative folks, or people who just love a good film. It is the Alexandria Film Festival. So it takes place over the course of a couple days, from Friday, November 7th through Sunday, November 9th. And it takes place across multiple venues. On Friday and through Sunday, it'll take place noon to 9 p.m. And the venues include the Patagonia Old Town, Charles Beatley Library, the Lyceum, and Virginia Tech Alexandria campus. Sorry, that was a mouthful. But yeah, On their website, you can actually see a lineup of which films are being played where. So if there's one that catches your eye, or if you know someone who is, their film is in the festival, it is a perfect chance to meet other creatives. And it includes high quality short and feature length films, documentaries, filmmaker panels, and art presentations, highlighting local, national, and international filmmakers. And an all festival pass is $80, which is a little bit pricey, but it gives you access to over 60 films that are being shown. If you have been to a movie theater in recent times,
yes,
it's gonna cost you $30 just to see one. So 60 movies isn't bad.
I mean, this is for the true film fanatics, get to see that first sneak preview and stuff like that. I used to be a film fanatic, so maybe I need to get back into the culture and stuff and see what everybody's making and doing, see what's out there and good. What about you, Katie?
I don't know. I just love short films. I used to always look them up on YouTube, just growing up, and I don't know. I love that thought of you don't have to have all this money and all of these production companies. It's easier than ever now to actually be creative, and
you just need your little phone to do it. Sometimes though, when you would be, I don't know about you, when I would find those short films and stuff on YouTube and things, some people were very creative.
Yeah,
maybe too creative. Some of their scripts and stuff.
Some of them were a little crazy.
But I really did love the short animation films that people, I feel I'm always a sucker for animation, but especially I don't know, at film festivals when they have short animated films or a smaller budget, I'm always impressed with them because I'm wow, you really did that.
I saw this one, it went triple platinum in my mind. It was they were making a rabbit, a rabbit was making its partner or something out of crafts and stuff. And it was a stop motion animation.
Those are my favorite.
Those are my favorite too. They take so long, Coraline, that kind of vibe. It was definitely giving that, but I don't know. Definitely see. You may find your new favorite film at that festival if you check it out.
Or maybe an up-and-coming filmmaker.
Oh, yeah, and it's a great place to network if you are trying to get into the industry. Those panels can be so informative. I've been to, a couple filmmaker panels before, and just being able to ask them questions, specifically, right after you watch their movie. It's what does this mean? What is the symbolism of this? I don't know. Great opportunity.
It's a good time. It is a good time. All right, so something here that we like to do pretty much every week, is a little segment we like to call District Discoveries. And this week, coming up on Wednesday, is Veterans Day. So I felt like I have to obviously talk about Arlington Cemetery. I just went there recently and I found out that it is the largest cemetery in the United States. More than 400,000 people are buried there, and it stretches over 639 acres in Arlington County. So to be buried there, you must meet one of three requirements. It is mostly based on your service and your rank. I found out, Katie, that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is buried over there.
Really?
I found her gravesite. I was like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
Her. I was like, do my eyes deceive me? Yeah, but it was her.
She's an icon.
Iconic. And this is really cool. It's very, very accessible. I know that is something that, especially if you have kind of older relatives and stuff like that, you may worry about all the land that's covered over there. No, they can get around pretty. There is a couple hills and stuff. But if you can't walk, if you don't want to walk around, you can pay for a tour, and you can ride basically what is essentially a trolley thing. So you go in, you can get off the Amtrak, hop right off of it, ride the escalators up. You walk in, they'll check your bags. You can get your trolley ticket inside the little center, or you can just take yourself on a walk, grab a map, and go. And it's really, really easy to get through. And because this Wednesday is Veterans Day, they are going to have some ceremonies. So it's going to take place at the Memorial Amphitheater. Events start at 10:30 a.m. with a wreath laying ceremony, and then at 11 a.m. I believe they were going to have a parade of colors, followed by speeches from veterans and veteran organizations, and it's free and open to the public. So, but if you can't make it out on Veterans Day to actually go, I definitely recommend just like walking out there in general. As you can see, this is kind of file video that we pulled up, but right now, like all the fall foliage is out and it's breathtaking. Like it is truly, truly beautiful. You get a really nice view of the city. And like I said, a whole bunch of famous people are buried there. You can see John F. Kennedy's gravesite, stuff like that. So yeah, if you're in need for a good walk or just want to pay your respects, I definitely say go check it out. It's really good.
And while Veterans Day may not be, like Memorial Day where you're only honoring like the fallen, but I don't know, just learning about people's history and just taking a second to reflect, you can always benefit from that. And
Exactly.
I don't know, the cemetery being so big and just kind of the view of all of the grave sites over the hills is just kind of surreal,
It really was like standing there. It just like it stretched on for like miles and miles for no end, and it just really because you'll like go there, and I was like reading like some of the people's tombstones and stuff, and seeing that like not only were they buried there, but they had like their wife was there with them, their child was there with them, and it was just I don't know, I just thought it was like really beautiful, and how they like upkeep it and everything. I was just like, this is a really nice little cemetery to walk around. Little. It's the largest one in America. Let me stop myself. It's a nice cemetery, and definitely has a ton of history. If you do go, I will recommend that it is not, it's not something that you can like go alone and not expect. A lot of people are there. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
so
you were there with some field trips.
Yes, I was there. I walked in on a field trip and I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm an adult. I am not in middle school. So if you're trying to have like a, an alone moment, maybe go really early in the morning. Don't go in the middle of the day where a bunch of field trips are happening.
Yeah, especially around the time where any ceremony will be taking place.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind, but definitely go check this place out. I'm really glad that I got the chance to check it out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So this next event, it is kind of a more calming, not necessarily somber, but people who are, into Disney films, want a little relaxing weekend, we have an event for you. So the Nightmare Before Christmas is coming in concert by the Fairfax Symphony Orchestra. It'll take place on Friday, November 7th in Capital One Hall in Tysons. The lowest tickets are about $50 and the highest are $83. And you can experience Disney's Nightmare Before Christmas projected on in HD on the big screen, while the Fairfax Symphony Orchestra and conductor Jason Sieber perform Danny Elfman's iconic score live. And it will basically bring the live music, the music of the movie to life. I mean, there's not a more immersive experience. If you like shadow cast, like performances like Rocky Horror, you know that those can bring a movie to life and kind of leave with a different experience. So as someone who loves that movie personally, I feel like this is just a fun way to spend a Friday night now that it's getting a little bit cooler and, Halloween's gone, but Christmas is just around the corner. It's the perfect time.
I was about to ask you, do you like watching this movie or listening to the soundtracks around Halloween or Christmas time?
I'm weird. I do like it around Christmas time. I associate it with Christmas.
So I found this one YouTuber I used to listen to. He recommended to watch it. Like, this is the perfect time to watch the movie, like around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Between the two holidays. And I'm like, actually, he has a whole point.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it is the perfect Thanksgiving movie. It's right in the middle. Halloween and Christmas. But no, I love this film so much. Hot Topic also loves this film because there's merch everywhere.
Yeah, there's merch everywhere. If you are a fan of this, you will never have to worry about it.
You'll never have to worry about it. And then the Fairfax Symphony Orchestra, when we were looking at this story, I started listening to some of their pieces and stuff, and they are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, incredible. So I know they're going to do this score justice. And I mean, it's a Nightmare Before Christmas. This is a great family fun event. It's a fun movie. You get to hear great music. I mean,
And
what's
stop
not to love?
animation. Like, you can't,
I
like,
know.
the aesthetic. I love how the film just looks. Like,
It's a timeless like film, you know?
mm-hmm.
It's very timeless and it's very pretty.
Yes.
Especially, yeah, I do. Now that you bring it up, I really do think it is better to watch. I think Thanksgiving, but Christmas time as compared to Halloween, yeah.
I feel like it's a nice, like, refresher around the time of Christmas, because I feel like when you get bogged down with, like, holiday movie, specifically, like, Hallmark movies, like...
Okay, you can't. Those are my mom's favorite.
Well, no,
we
no,
can't
not
talk
to
bad.
rag on them, but they all kind of have that common, like, you're sucked into this, like, Christmas thing, and sometimes it's nice to just have something that's still Christmas, but it's a little bit different, so it's nice to kind of put you back in that spooky mood, and then
Just
bring
like
you back to that holiday
the dark Christmas mood.
Yeah.
I kind of associate that with what's the movie? A Christmas Carol. It's like Ebenezer Scrooge. It's the dark Christmas. It's spooky.
It's a nice little mix-up.
Exactly. Well, there is another event for y'all to attend, and I'm sorry for everybody who likes to stay indoors, but this one is also outside, so, get out and be social. And it's swing. It's called the Music in the Circle and DuPont Circle. It's going to take place this Saturday. It takes place most Saturdays, I believe. So, but, it's just another reminder that you can listen to some great live music. It's going to be from noon to 3 p.m. You can catch live local bands for free. And who doesn't love for free? And different acts and genres play. So, you can stop by, you can dance, you can grab a snack at one of DuPont's lovely restaurants. This week, it'll actually be the Fruit Flies band performing. They're a live rock band based in Washington, D.C. They recently just played in Porch Fest. They played at restaurants, bar venues, all across the district. And play a mix of covers and originals with pop rock sound. So, go on down to DuPont Circle and listen to a fun band and just have fun. I feel like listening to music and stuff these days with, like, concerts, they've gotten kind of pricey. Mm-hmm. So it's always great to, like, support somebody local who's up and coming, but two, just like have something that doesn't cost a thing.
Yeah.
And you get to connect with the community that also likes the same sort of music, so why not?
As you guys can see, like in the video, this is, file, so this is kind of more summery, but
yes,
with the fall foliage, like, or foliage, oops.
Oh, they know what you mean.
Yeah, you guys
understand.
Know what I mean. But, like, this, like, the trees being, like, the color of, like, fall and, like, the live music, like, such a vibe.
It's always a vibe. Yeah, just get your, like, have a Gilmore Girls moment, you get your coffee, and then, you're all cute with your little sweater and your coffee, and now there's this band playing, and you're like, okay.
Take a little picture, like
little Instagram, Snapchat moment. And I mean, keep the momentum going. I saw in Adams Morgan, like with Porch Fest last week, there's tons and tons of people there. So obviously people are ready to hear some more live music and get outside. So let's keep supporting the Fruit Flies, the Fruit Flies band. And, just bands alike that are all here in the district. So get out there.
Yeah, get out there.
Get out there, people. I stay outside, so y'all also get outside.
But yeah, we've been loving fall here in the DMV. It's actually really cool how the trees have changed so fast. Every year I'm always like, oh my God, they're orange and red. Like, they're not that every year. Every
time I, like, go out on my walk and, like, the little leaves fall down, I'm just like, I have my headphones in, have Maisie Star playing. I'm like, this is the moment.
Yes. Fade into you as I'm walking down
Fade
the
into
hill.
you
Yes.
as the cue plays Linger next. I'm like, I am that 2000.
Okay, I don't know if this is just me, but, like, I cannot watch when, like, leaves, like, blow. Like, if, like, a gust of wind comes and a bunch of leaves, like, move, I feel, like, awkward. I have to, like, look away. I feel like I shouldn't be seeing it. I don't know how to explain
Mother Nature said, Katie, close your eyes right now.
Close your eyes.
You know what? Maybe that's why I get visited by a whole bunch of animals. I'm not respecting because I love watching the leaves blow away.
I don't know. Just something about it. I'm like, oh,
Like they're just the trees. They're trying their best.
I'm like, this is like a private moment for them.
They're losing their leaves. I can't. No.
See, I also feel that way about like if there's like a flock of like birds and they all like take off. I also feel like I should like look away.
Interesting, because I'm always staring. And maybe that's why they always bother me.
I've also been pooped on by birds, so I think that also is like, let me get away.
Knock on wood. Yeah, that's never happened to me. Apparently, it is a sign of good luck in some cultures.
I was told that immediately after I was pooped on, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't feel that good right now. It doesn't feel that good right now. Yeah, I can't imagine what happened. You're just like, thanks, guys.
Thanks. I'll go home and wash now and reflect on my life. I don't know why you would pick me out of everybody, but
well, those are just some weird fall quirks of mine, but
interesting. Well, mine is after a hard day laboring over raking leaves. I just wanted to, like Charlie Brown, jump into the pile, and I kind of would, and I would have to do it all over again. I never learned my lesson after I got the big pile. Just be like, oh, well, back to it. So,
well, it's always best to enjoy the fall before it's gone, because it'll be winter soon.
Very
before
soon.
You know it. Well, that's all the time we have here today. Thank you so much for tuning in with us and listening to us talk about all these events. We hope you guys are having a fun fall season and that you guys had a awesome Halloween if you do celebrate. And yeah, make sure to check in next week to see what else we find. Bye.